Okay. Ready?
Ah!
Okay, here we go.
Oh.
That hurt the second time even worse. Here.
Okay. Hi, Nika.
I'm me. Breathing and living.
Me too.
This is our
Video.
capstone presentation.
Hit it, boy.
I hate that.
You look professional.
I'm in a breath. I
Let me
just
put
got
my,
here.
yeah, let me put my tie on real quick.
So the three texts that we chose to take our themes from were The Curious Case of Benjamin Button,
Catcher in the Rye,
and Minding the Gap. That was kind of lit.
sir. So to begin with, we have 3 different themes.
They all kind of tie into identity, and the first one is difficulty growing up and finding their own identity, which is Holden, and then aka me, escaping life and harsh realities from Minding the Gap, which is me. And then expectations and identity were for Curious Case of Benjamin Button.
That's right. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with my watchers. The Curious Case of Benjamin Button. So once again, the theme for that was like difficulty growing up and like finding your identity. Wait, no, what am I on? It's expectations and identity. My fault. So the first quote was, Benjamin was a baby, and a baby he should remain. One day he brought home a rattle, and giving it to Benjamin, insisted in no uncertain terms that he should play with it. Whereupon the old man took it with a weary expression, and could be heard jingling it obediently at intervals throughout the day. So basically, his dad wanted him to still be a baby, even though he was grown as a full old man.
A full grown man. Like,
Literally, he was
old.
old. Like, that man should have been dead. And his dad still wants him to be a baby, so he like brings him home toys, and his dad doesn't necessarily tell him what to do with it, but like Benjamin is expected to act like a baby, so he, you know, plays with it. Cause
His father has a hard time accepting like reality and the truth of the matter of like his son isn't what he expected, and he doesn't know how to cope, so he's trying to like just go along with it and act as if like he was just a child, but
he
Benjamin
just
wants to be
not,
treated like a grown man
right.
because he's a grown man.
He doesn't want to be playing with rattles. He probably wants to like be playing chess or like reading the newspaper, but his
Kinda
dad
sad.
wants him to be a baby. Like, that's what he expects of him.
For our second quote, we have Benjamin smiled wearily. I'm 18, he repeated. The registrar pointed sternly to the door. Get out of college and get out of town. You are dangerous, lunatic. And this is point in the story where he digresses from a old man and he's starting to turn into
A younger, like middle-aged, like older, not old man.
and this is when he wants to like start going to college, but does he look like older than he's supposed
Yeah,
to be? Younger?
he looks like he's in his 50s, kind of.
Yeah, and so he's been on this earth for 18 years, but he doesn't look the part.
Yeah.
So this is when society has a hard time accepting who he is and like being okay with him.
Yeah, because like they don't know his background and they just think he's crazy saying he's 18, but they don't have any kind of background on him and they just expect him to look 18, you know? So that's kind of messed up. And the next one, give me the, is Minding the Gap. So we don't really have any direct like quotes from that just because we didn't really go back on it. We got 5 minutes.
But that one was my favorite. I think that was the one
Oh,
that
yeah.
I resonated with the most because it was more real life and like I connect more with things that are like in like a video format. So like me seeing their lives up close and personal, I was like, wow. Especially Zach, that character, that's my art project. That character really like hit like because we have a lot of similar struggles and like how he's trying to go about life and like numb himself.
Like, yeah, I enjoy that a lot because
Yeah.
in Minding the Gap, like that's the most relatable because you actually see these people real life. You see footage of their childhood and you can kind of relate and like see that these are real people. This is real life. This is not directed fake or anything. And like our theme for that was like escaping life and like the harsh reality, and like Zach tends to drink to get away for as long as he can, and then like everyone in that kind of whole documentary skateboards to